Hey, hi, good morning all. Hello.
Hi, sir. Very good morning.
So, shall we start
Uh,
or wait for
yes,
some
sir.
time? Okay. So, first of all, I'm introduce myself. Okay. I am Shubham Ubale, and I have more than 5 years of experience in IT telecom domain. And about my qualification, I have completed my Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Telecommunication. Okay, and right now I'm working in the IT companies, and mostly involved in VoIP technology as like about PBX as like anyone. Do you know about any PBX as like this technology? Hello. Okay, no problem. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to hear my voice, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Sir,
Now,
humble request to you.
okay,
Before that, I want to give some welcome speech to these participants, sir. So, give a few minutes time. After that, I
okay,
want to
okay, no
share
problem.
your ideas, sir.
Okay,
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 sir.
no
Thank
problem.
you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
Okay. Just
Hello,
let me know
everyone.
once every.
Sir, sir. We will intimate to you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. A warm and graceful morning to all. Today we have assembled here to welcome you all on this beautiful occasion. Respected principals sir, and honorable resource persons and all faculty members and all my dear participants. This is Shilpa Gadak from KLS SSMS BCA College Athani. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome you to all. Your presence makes us very happy. Today we are conducting a webinar on this beautiful platform. You all of you know that one. Okay. Thank you so much for all of you give a wonderful opportunity to welcome you all. First of all, I heartily welcome to today's resource person, Mr. Shubham Ubale, IT Source Technology Private Limited, Mumbai. So heartily welcome you to this beautiful webinar session, sir. Once again, welcome. Then I heartily welcome to our principal, sir, also, Professor Ganesh, sir. Welcome you to this beautiful webinar session, sir. Technology is best when it brings people together. The center part of this webinar, all participants, it means all my dear lovable students, I welcome you to all this fantastic webinar session. Welcome you all. Then, and I welcome to all the faculty members of KLES SSMS BCA College Athani. Welcome to this session. Once again, heartily welcome you to all this beautiful webinar session. This is the time for to listen the valuable words by today's resource person, Mr. Shubham Ubale sir. So please share your ideas about this webinar. Now I will hand over to Mr. Shubham sir. So please.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Welcome.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen right now. My screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So right now, everyone using the VMware technology. So how many people they know the VMware? What is the exactly use? So can you explain anyone? Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's audible. Yes.
Okay. So anyone know about the what is VMware as like? So just explain me if you know. So so I will continue. I think you don't know about VMware. I think no one is raising hand as like okay, no problem. So VMware we can use for the as like virtual machines. Okay. And even right now, everyone is working from home right now for the any IT companies, guys. So how they will connect to the client network as like? So they will work on the VDI as like a virtual desktop integration as like. So we need to install their software as like we need to give the VPN connectivity so that we can move in the client network. So we need to use the VPN as like VPN, we can say as like virtual private network. So after that we can access the virtual VDI machines. Okay, so explain you the what is virtualization. Virtualization is a proven software technology that is rapidly transforming the IT landscape and fundamental changing the way that people compute. With VMware virtualization solution, you can reduce IT cost while increasing the efficiency, utilization, and flexibility of their existing computer hardware. With virtualization, it is possible to run multiple operating systems and multiple applications on the same server at the same time for increasing the utilization and flexibility of hardware. Okay, suppose I have one hardware. Okay, this is a physical server, and that means suppose I have 100 peoples. Okay, so we can 100 machines in the one physical server. I can install it by the help of the VMware. So this is a ESXi server. That means ESXi is a operating system. Right now the 6.5 or 7 is going on. Everyone use right now the VMware ESXi, and on the ESXi platform we can install the 100 of machines operating system on the virtual machines as like on that ESXi platform. So why everyone is using the VMware as like suppose I have the 100 people, that means I need to 100 laptop I need. That's like, okay, so 100 people, so I need some more hardwares as like. So this hardware cost is reducing by the help of the VMware. So that's why everyone is right now using the VMware. And this VMware is like we can install is the directly cloud. We can right now they're using the Amazon, then Azure, this type of cloud. We can use Google Cloud also, we can use that one. So reducing the hardware right now, everyone the costing as like reducing the cost. Okay, got it. This was on the virtualization. What is the exactly virtualization? Okay, so the help of that means we can reduce the energy cost also and go green with the VMware virtualization. So suppose I have only one server and I have installed the number of applications on that. So I don't want to any hardware for purchase on that. So automatically one machine I can use the 100 or a number of machines I can install on that. So it will be reduce the energy demands of your data center. That means suppose I have a data center and there is number of machines are there. So I don't want to the hardware for that one. So one server we can purchase only one server, and only that one server we can install the number of machines on that by the help of ES6i server platform. Okay, so I need only one server energy as like. Okay, so VMware infrastructure deliver the resource your infrastructure needs and enables you to the reduce energy cost by 80% as like. So power down servers without affecting applications or users. So green your data center while decreasing costs and improving service levels. So we can easily achieve your for the data center for your maintenance as like we just within a less amount we can do these things by the help of virtualization VMware. So you see this image, so you will give the more idea. This is VMware server virtualization. Okay, suppose this x86 architecture, that means this is a we can Intel or AMD processor. Okay, so there is already is there. Suppose I have one server, there is including all near about 100 or 200 RAM. For the 100 peoples we can use for the one server as like there is CPU, RAM, NIC and memory. So everything is in that one server, and after that I have installed the operating system and application on that. So what is the benefit of that? This is a software dependent on hardware. This is two images are there. There is a software dependent on hardware, and this is a hardware independent of OS and applications. This is one single OS per server, and this is virtual machines can be deployed on any system. And one application workload per OS, and this is OS and application are created as one unit. This is a virtual machine, and this is a your operating. That means your server. So if you don't understanding, so you can ask me the questions in between this session. Okay, this is a without VMware. Suppose I have number of machines. Okay, so what is the requirement of them? We require all require power for the all machines. Then all require cooling as like if you are data center, so we need to the cooling as like we need to as like AC or AC as like we need to maintain this type of for the cooling these devices. After that, we need all require real estate. That means we required some place for this data center as like then setup configuration, then maintenance and support. So this is without VMware. Suppose we are going for the VMware, so no need, just reduce your cost, then rapid provisioning and flexibility and automation. So this all machines we can install on the one platform. This is a use or beauty of the VMware. Okay, what is the key features of the VMware and virtualization as like what is the VMware's work? There is a partitioning, so we can number of OS I have, so we can do the number of partitions we can do on the one server. Is like a different OS can run on one physical machine. Then system resources can be divided between virtual machines. Then this is the partitioning. Suppose I have number of machines. Suppose for department wise or application wise, we can install the machines on the partitioning on the VMware. Then isolation, that means we can easily fault and security isolation on hardware level. Suppose we don't need to checking the one by one in the without VMware, so we need to what is the problem, we need to check that one. Just we need to check only one server only. So we can easily fault resolution as like in this VMware. Then extended resource control for constant performance. So at the I have the 100 PC. Suppose I have 100 virtual machine. So it is a extend. That means it's a controlling constant performance. It is the same. It is the same resources provided by the VMware. In the encapsulations, complete status of a virtual machine can be stored in a file. That means one database I have. So it is a totally files including stored on that VMware, and easily we can move and copy to the virtual machine. It is easy as with the files. That means it is easy to move and copy as like to the one machine to another machines as like. Okay, this is a brief idea. Okay, a virtual infrastructure offers the systematic ability to control a complex system consisting of a several x86 based servers. This is x86 is a Intel processor as like we can say. This is my hardware, and I have installed the number of machines on that. This is consolidation and utilize your existing server. That means in the consolidation means offer different OS and applications on one single server. Support existing applications on a new hardware. Replace the old hardware in the data center. And utilize your existing server. That means realize instantly new projects with a virtual infrastructure. Postpone new physical hardware purchase. Just we need to purchase only one hardware, and we can install the number of machines on that. This is a VMware as like. Okay, the benefits of VMware virtualization, that like save money and streamline operations with the server consolidation and containment by running software application on a fewer servers, and provide high availability and disaster recovery to all your application at a function of the complexity and cost of exiting solution. That means this is the high availability. Means suppose any server is down, so it will take that means active and standby. The another server it will active. And digest recovery, that means is like backup digest recovery. So we can do this easily in the VMware. So anyone question on this VMware? So I will give you the practical example. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
So you have any question regarding this for VMware?
No, sir.
So I will explain in the practically. You don't have any question? Okay, this is a VMware vSphere client. Okay, I have, this is a ESXi. So it will be, give you the brief idea about this. Okay. Okay, I want to suppose I want to access the ESXi server IP. So I can use this IP through access this server through the web browser, otherwise vSphere client. Okay. So I'm going with the vSphere client. I have put the IP address of this ESXi server 192.168.1.50, and I have put the root access. Okay. Okay. On 90, one machine, and I'm accessing that one, and I have installed the number of machines on this host. Okay, I have installed this machines. Are you visible? My, that means my screen is visible.
Yeah,
So
sir, it's
it's
visible.
Yes, sir, it is
okay.
visible.
So this platform, so no one can share you. Okay, so I think, I don't know, you previously you see this software. I don't know about that one. Okay, so this is my host 192.168.1.50. Okay, and I have installed the number of machines on this host. So this is the beauty of VMware. Okay, what is the host? A host is a computer that uses virtualization software such as ESX or ESXi. ESXi is a hypervisor to run virtual machines. Host provide the CPU and mobile memory resources that virtual machine use and give virtual machine access to storage and network connectivity. You can add a virtual machine to a host by creating a new one or by deploying a virtual appliance. The easiest way to add a virtual machine is to deploy a virtual appliance. A virtual appliance is a pre-built virtual machine with an operating system and a software already installed. A new virtual machine will need an operating system installed on it, such as a Windows or Linux. Okay, we can install machines as like Windows or Linux. So I have installed all Linux machines. Is this okay? Suppose how to do install this? Suppose you need to go this. That means I will show you just demo. Okay, I have add a new virtual machines. So you can give a name server. So right now I'm installing the Windows Server 2008 right now. So we can set the memory as like. So right now I have configured with the 4 GB. Okay, this is a network part. Six logic virtual machine. Okay, I have installed this machine. Okay, Windows Server. So this type of we can a number of machines we can add in this platform on the one host. So right now I have already installed the Linux machine. I will start how to start this power and power on. So you can see the scheduling is in progress. Okay, I have start this machine and it's showing okay it's power on right now. So I have given this machine, I have given this IP 192.168.1.51. Just okay, it's pinging right now. That means this machine is starting now. So anyone have questions regarding this? Hello everyone. Hello.
Hello,
Everyone,
sir.
I'm asking. So they have any questions regarding this? So actually, after the completion of this BCA, so they will work on this platform. So better way they can ask if they have any questions.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, actually, how does it work?
How does it work? That means suppose I have told you regarding I have one hardware. Okay. So I have one hardware and I have installed the ESXi 6.0. Okay, and that IP is 192.168.1.50. That this is the static IP I have given to that machines. That means one hardware server. Okay, and I have accessed this IP through the vSphere client. This one. Okay, I have username. That means this access we need to root login, and I have already I have put the password. So I have accessed this by the help of vSphere. Okay, and I have installed the number of machine. That means you have the OS as like ISO image you need to have. So I have installed these machines on this platform. Okay, and after
Okay.
that once you install, so after that, so I have installed this machine. So after that you need to just power or on. After it's configuring, you need to give the IP address, that like IPv4 IP address, and then you need to the subnet mask, then default gateway, as like you need to do give that ISO image as like when you configuring. And after that I have configured these machines and I'm able to ping this IP. I have given this IP 51 and able to ping this IP right now. Okay, this type of work we can do in the VMware. So just you need to one hardware. VMware is only virtual machines. So suppose my host is down, so all machines is down. This is the disadvantages. You got it, my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So right now I'm accessing. It's configuring the software. It will take some time. Okay. So how many people's? How many? What is the VoIP as like? How many people you know about VoIP as like voice or IP? So anyone, any idea?
What, sir?
VoIP, voice or IP. So anyone know about this?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. So mostly you are from development or what exactly? You're planning in the future. So once you're completing the BCA, so what will you do? What will you think about your future as like? So just complete the BCA and after that you just wait for the going for class and it will for 1 hour, 2 years or one year, 2 year as like. So I am suggesting you, so you start learning so right now. So if anyone is right now doing the first year, so right now they right now in the market so many courses, so they can start right now. So that will help. So otherwise once you complete your BCA or MCA, so after that you struggling for a job, so it will in IT companies they want knowledgeable people as like. So you can start right now. So don't waste your time. Okay, so I'm start the VoIP seminar right now. Okay, this is the introduction to VoIP. Okay, previously from before 10 years or 15 years, so the legacy PSTN as like PSTN is a public switch telephone network. Okay, they have the subscribers as like anyone home as like analog phones is there home. That one we can say as like landline. So that landline phone is connected to the PSTN network, and we can call through the PSTN network to the outside as like. Okay, so every company they have enterprise network. Okay, and they allow on the PBX. So what is the use of? So anyone idea about the PBX? I have already asked you the question. So what is the PBX? So enterprise level, they use the PBX right now. So big company for a Wipro, Capgemini, for for the Cognizant, Accenture, they have the PBX. So what is the use of this PBX? So anyone idea about this? Hello guys. Anyone idea? Just think about it. Why they use the PBX?
It is a private telephone network.
No, no, no. This is private, not private. Yeah, this is a private, but what is the use of this? So why I'm not going through the one? I can use the BSNL line also. It's a private network.
You can
Hmm?
communicate internally.
Yeah,
With the
correct.
help of this PBX, you can
Hmm?
communicate internally. Means within a company, suppose if they have any confidentiality, you can
Okay.
communicate privacy. You can maintain a confidentiality also.
Yeah, correct. Correct, correct. So APBX is a electronic private branch exchange. Okay, so suppose I have 100 peoples. Okay, suppose I am my company. Suppose
Yes,
my
sir.
100 peoples in here. So I'm not going with the BSNL. So I want this 100 phones from your side. That means they will too much costly. Okay, there is a per for suppose one landline. So they will near about 300 rupee charges. Okay, so 300
Yes, sir.
charges. So it is near about 30,000 per month as like. So this is too much costly for the 100 peoples. So the company decided, so they buy the this is enter sorry, this is a PBX. So PBX, how many company they are vendor? Do you know about that one? How many companies they are produce this PBX in the market right now? So this is a good opportunity to work in the IT companies on this PBX. So the vendor, so many vendors in the market, the Sintel and for the Ericsson, then Cisco, they have the vendor. They are this is developed this PBX. Okay, and the PBX work so I have only hard phone, otherwise soft phone. I can directly register these phones on the PBX. That means I can internally call within a free. I can do this within only PBX. Okay, and this PBX is connected to the PSTN network. How this connectivity? So we can do this WAN, otherwise PSTN. WAN, that means a wide area network, and we need to connect this through the SIP trunk as like SIP trunk, otherwise PRI line. So we can connect through the outside world. So suppose I have the extension number 1001 and I want to dial the mobile number. So how it will how to call it will going to the so I'm dialing this call is going to the PBX to the trunk as like PSTN net. We need to purchase this trunk to connect to our PBX as like the service provider as like Idea, Airtel, and then Tata also. Okay, they will provide the services as like a trunk, PRI trunk, SIP trunk. So after that, once the trunk is connected to this PBX, so at that time we will connect to the outside, that long distance call, international call, by the help of PSTN network as like. Okay, so the previous before 10 years or 15 years, that is legacy PSTN as like they have only analog landlines as like. So it is a too much hardware part in this. Okay, this is public switch telephone network, and we can connect to the, and this is the total complexity in this, in the public switch network. So right now we need to resolve the complexity. That means this reduce this complexity so that we can use the IP network. Okay, so everyone they have the IP phones. So the call is going to the your internet network, this public internet or private WAN. Okay, it is easier. That means it is very easy, and it is configuring, and our call is going out to the internet. So that's why we don't need to the pay for this international call also. Okay, this is a focusing on VoIP. So this all connectivity going through the IP network instead of the PSTN switch, PSTN network. Okay, that means suppose I have registered. That means do you know about MPLS line as like everyone they have internet right now? Okay, suppose my office is in Mumbai, and some another office is my Pune or an Hyderabad as like, or Bangalore. Suppose I don't want to call my call, internal call. I don't want to the another side. That means another network as like, or trunk. So in this case, I will configure the SIP trunk or internal trunk in between them in Mumbai office and Bangalore office. So my call is going through the that internet traffic. So I don't want to pay the outside service provider as like. You got it, my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's why everyone use the IP network. That means a VoIP. Okay. What is inside an IP network? So I need, suppose I have in my company. So right now I have the 100 phones. Okay. That 100 phones registered on the PBX. Okay, in that PBX they have in the company they have the router, the firewall. Okay, so what is the use of this firewall router as like? So do you know about the, this is the network part. This is a network device, a firewall router. Suppose and this is a firewall, we can use only the security purpose firewall. and the router, suppose one network to another network, suppose I want to connect. So at that time we need to use the routers. Okay, suppose any Idea or Airtel service provider, they directly connected the trunk directly connected on the router as like, and that call is going out to the router to that IP network or that Tata network as like for the international call. So do you know about that one? When you are dialing the Idea or Airtel call center number 180, the 10-digit number. So that call is same like this firewall and router. Then they have the IVR as like interactive voice response. Okay, after that the call is going to that agent. So everyone you dial, when they asking as like English for one press one, Hindi के लिए दो दबाओ as like. Okay, so that one is the part of the VoIP also. The PBX part, this one is. Okay, so that means, okay, why we are using the IP network? So we need to
Okay, sir.
reduce the complexity. Okay, so that's why we are using the IP network right now. So right now, what is the VoIP? VoIP is a voice over IP. VoIP is equal to voice plus IP. Okay, so voice is a traditionally voice was transmitted using a separate dedicated infrastructure, and it is still in place, that is PSTN. That means in our home previously there are landline, there is a two pair cable as like one for a receiver and one for transmitting. Okay, so at that time the first network that was put in the place was for a voice only based on a TDM, that technology on the TDM base, time division multiplexing. I think you have learned this technology. I think what is the use of TDM, CDMA as like, this is a TDM, the analog and digital telephony we can say as like a TDM, that one. And right now the using the IP phone, so it is including in VoIP. This is just remember this. TDM is our old landline phones in our home as like, this is the core trunk. That means central office, they directly in our place in our home. So there is a two wire cable. So that one is the analog phone. They require the batteries, and they are calling using for the one transmitter and one receiver cable is there, only two pair cable. Okay, the technology is a TDM. And right now we are using the IP, that means internet telephony. Okay, internet telephony is a combination of hardware and software. That means we can register our phones hardware, otherwise software. I will show you the software demo. I don't have the hardware right now. Okay, so I will give you the demo of the software. So right now we can install the hardware phone, otherwise software phone on that PBX. Okay, that enables people to use the internet as the transmission medium for telephone calls, which is simply called VoIP. Right, I have the IP phone. Suppose I am dialing any call outside, so that one is a VoIP call. So everyone right now using the Skype only Skype, so they can easily just the user ID and password, and they can easily connect to the another side people. So how it's possible? So it is a IP to IP calling. Okay, okay, this is a landline phone, that PSTN, and this is the IP network. In the IP network we need to LAN, WAN, router as like to the calling IP to IP. You got this, everyone? Hello, hello guys.
Got it, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so previously we are using the PSTN
Yes,
network.
sir.
So right now everyone using the IP network. Okay, in IP network, so LAN, WAN, you know about this LAN, WAN, man as like local area network, wide area network, metropolitan area network. So, and this router, that means I need to connect the one network to another network. So that's why using the router. Okay. So in the VoIP, voice over internet protocol is both a technology and a service. The technology is the internet protocol. The service is the voice transmission. In the VoIP, they have so many protocols in that. You know the H.323, H.323 is safe as like the VoIP history as like 1995 Vocal Tech, the 99 International Telecommunication Union. This is a history of that is the standard. This is a company. They are protocols. That means we need to follow the process. So we cannot do anything. Uh, that means we need to follow this procedure. That means ITO. This is the International Telecommunication Union. Okay. So this is version draft of H.323. The previously called that means right now we're using the 8.323 and SIP right now. Then 1999 dial pad being service. Then 2000 Microsoft XP with SIP support. 2001 Quest in voice ID start VoIP transfer customers. Then 2002 Vonage initiate service. 2010 a new era of intelligent communication. They have defined the standard. These companies to the how to work this VoIP as like. So in the market right now, everyone use the 8.323 and SIP. SIP is a session initiation protocol. I don't know about you. Do you know about the SIP? You know, guys. I don't know about. You don't know about this SIP. I think SIP is the latest technology. Right now, you are using the WhatsApp. I'm telling you the just example. So everyone using the WhatsApp. So how the WhatsApp call? So we can use the SIP. Okay. So why VoIP? Okay. So why we are using the VoIP? So we need to the information IP networking uses a common platform for all services. Okay. We can register the analog phone, digital phone. That means a TDM phone and IP phone. We can directly register on the one PBX also. That means that PBX we can say as like a hybrid PBX. Here is a DSL modem. What in that? This is analog phone. This is DSL modem. That means BSNL line they are providing the DSL modem. That means a digital subscriber line. So we can use the access mobile phone. Sorry, IP phones. Otherwise, we can access the internet also. This so that's why this PC is showing here. Okay, through the DSL, and this is a twisted pair cable. The twisted pair copper cable. So that's why this analog phone is there connected. Okay, and the call is going to the PSTN. This is public network, and this DSNL, that means a digital subscriber line modem. We can connect, and that means we can access the internet, and we can access the telephone also. Okay, this is the information format, switching hardware, wiring, end user hardware experience. This is a TDM and VoIP. Okay, so VoIP we can use for the lower cost as like. That means suppose you are going to the PSTN network, so they will give you the charges from you. So in the IP network, so you don't need to that means VoIP cost is less as compared to the PSTN network. Less or free call we can go through the IP network as like. Okay, users see VoIP phone calls even international as free. I have told you the example of WhatsApp or Skype. Okay. This is a VoIP, make and receive calls anywhere. Just connect it to the internet and enjoy. Okay, guys. This is a mostly so that's why we can use the VoIP right now. The promise of voice, the single converged network of voice and data. That means suppose I have the MPLS line. Okay, that one is for 100 Mbps as like. So I can use this for voice and data same within benefit of a lower cost. Suppose I have the IP phone in my desk phone. So one cable I have connected to my PC. So in this case, I have used my phone as well as I have used my PC also within the same cable, LAN cable. The second benefit is integrating voice and into the desktop as like user productivity. So no need to for phone cable and for PC cable as like no need to need for this. So I have used one cable for the phone as well as for your PC. So that's why we can increase the productivity as like. Okay, the state of VoIP as like, are people planning to use VoIP? Yes, they are doing it. What is the state of the industry? Okay, late prototype to early production. Then how is the sound quality? The sound quality is excellent now. So suppose you have the internet bandwidth is good, so voice quality automatically the excellent. It depend on the internet bandwidth as like. Why use the IP for voice? Circuit switching works very well, but now we have at least two networks. The voice network equipment that cost a lot, that means the cost is lot. The data network, the internet equipment that might not cost a much. If I could carry both types of service over the same network, would not that be a good thing? The phone company already had this idea, the ISDN broadband integrated service digital network. How about operation and management saving? So suppose I'm using the VoIP, so automatically I'm using the data as well as voice. So automatically increasing the my productivity. So I don't want to use the ISDN network. That means Tata or for the Idea, Airtel in this case. So automatically saving my cost in this case. So that's why everyone use the VoIP technology. Okay, so this is a lower equipment cost. Suppose I have the short phone, so that I can use anywhere. So I can install the short phone in my mobile also, and I can install the short phone on my laptop or PC also. So in this case, I don't want the hardware. That means your call is going on through that short phone. Okay. So here is mentioning phone systems are generally proprietary. Proprietary, that means suppose I have a Cisco PBX, okay, and Cisco phones, they are registered only on the Cisco PBX, not only the Ericsson or any Avaya as like PBX. So that one is proprietary. Okay, that means they have the license, this type of proprietary, the own proprietary. That means I have Cisco headphone, so I can install that Cisco headphone on that Cisco PBX. You buy a PBX and the handset phone that go with it. If you buy an email server program, does everyone have to use the same email client? No, as like Outlook can work with the Pine, ELM, Netscape, etc. Then PCs running Linux can often be used unlike PSTN. So suppose I have installed one software on my PC, so my call is going to two-way as like it depends on the, suppose my WAN network is down at that time and I want to call the internationally. So at that time I have the second option to the PSTN. Okay, that in this case, suppose my WAN connectivity is down, at that time my call is going out to the PSTN network. Third-party software for phone system. Traditional telephone is like mainframes, IP networks, more open standards, more competition for the most part. Moore's law tends to motivate data network. Okay, that Moore's law, that means it can managing the IP networks as like, okay, within the IP networks as for using when using the VoIP, so it register for the IPs as like, so we can use this law as like. Okay, why VoIP using the why you are using the VoIP, that voice data integration and advanced services. User interface with HTML point and click are much easier to deal with than keypad sequences. Unified messaging coming along, easier new service introduction. That means we can integrate the voicemail also. Suppose after the no one is available to the pick up the call, so automatically call is that means we can send the voicemail also in the VoIP. Okay, so after that, once they available, they will revert the that voicemail and he will accordingly on the action on that. So we can use the lower bandwidth also. New voice communications, the gear can take advantage of low rate vocoders. The legacy telephone network largely stuck with 64 kbps per call. Some bandwidth reduction in some areas. Bandwidth management is better. Think of a silence period. Okay, so 64 kbps is a suppose I want to call it the internally. So I need to 64 kbps is sufficient. That means this is a codec as like, do you know about that codec? I think you learn in your syllabus, I think codec. Can you explain me? Can you tell me the what is the codec? So if you learn about it. Hello? Hello?
Yes, audible, sir.
Yes, I'm asking you.
Yes,
So
sir,
do
it
you
is
know about
audible.
codec? I think you learn, I think this codec part. This vocoders as like codec. So why this is 64 kbps per call? So do you know about the codec? So whenever one person is speaking, so at that time, so we need the codec as like. Codec is a conversion. That means is a analog to digital. Actually, when you are speaking, our voice is in an analog format. So codec work is one form to another form is a converting. Okay. So in voice that means they have the codec as like G711 and G729. Suppose I want to call in the inside, at that time the phone is want the G711 and that format is a 64 kbps. Okay, so that codec we need for the calling for the internal. And suppose I want to call the outside, that means for the STD or ISD call, that means international call. So at that time, so we need the codec as the G729. Okay, so that G729, that is bandwidth for the 8 kbps only. Why is 8 kbps and why it is used for 60 kbps? Anyone tell me? So you know idea about it? So why you are using for internal call for 64 kbps and why you are using for outside call for the 8 kbps? So anyone idea about this? So why we are using this? Hello? Okay, no problem. So 64 kbps, that means no need to compression here. So call is that means suppose internal call. So we have already bandwidth high. So that's why this is the G711. Its bandwidth is 64 kbps. So no need to compress here. And suppose I am calling outside. So I want to call using the G729 codec, and that one is a compressing. Okay, so I want to call is outside. So that's why the bandwidth is 8 kbps. Okay, just remember this. So actually that one is very important. So bandwidth management is better. Think of silent spirits. All right. So what is the advantage? So low cost, free calls, then use existing cable. That means a Cat 5 or RJ11. We can use the analog phone for the RJ11. The Cat 5 for your IP phones, we can use this cable. Then easy to set up private phone networks and IVR. That one IVR I have told you. For suppose I want to call for the customer care number 18000 as like, so that will call is going through that means we need to binding with our DID number with that 10 numbers as like 1800, and after that they have the VDN as like vector directory number as like, so there is some vector, that means some programming is there. So that's why where we can hear you the audio as like announcement, and that one is we can create the IVR, interactive voice response. So suppose when you are pressing the 1, the call is going to the English agent. Just pressing the 2, the call is going to the Hindi agent as like. Suppose you pressing the 3 as like your state level language as like. Okay. So that is the beauty of this VoIP also. The call features, so many call features in that okay VoIP, that means caller ID, call waiting, three-way call, etc. Generally free. Three-way call, that means we can conferencing. Okay, we can at a time 2 or 3 calls we can handle it by the help of PBX, by the VoIP as like. So there is so many features in that, in the one PBX. Okay, this is a VoIP service provider. Some voice providers have a no monthly rental. no need to have an inbound number, on no cold calls, as like no need to have an inbound number. Okay, you can also send fax to fax machine to email or PDF. So right now everyone use email fax as like internet fax right now. So we can easily fax on the software like PDF or email we can right now using. This is also we can integrate with this PBX. Add additional phones without extra line rental. That means suppose I'm going with the IP network, so I don't want to the I don't want to the pay extra rental charges as like. Okay, so this is a better price of communication, the success of the broadband, better price of equipment. Suppose you are going with the PBX, anyone Cisco, so they will in the 50% amount they will provide the headphone also. The emergency of increasingly rich in personal interpersonal communication services, combining voice, images, instant messaging, collaborative work, etc. Then light regulation of web services, reliability and security. So the mostly important points, so everyone is going with the PBX as like there is a security as like. Okay, everyone wants the security as like, so they are using the firewall, and they don't want the unwanted phishing calls as like, they don't want the phishing calls. So call, once the phishing calls is coming to the our network, that call is automatically disconnected on the firewall part. Okay, so that one is also security in the PBX in the our IP networks. The second one is easy deployment and reconfiguration management, then cost saving hardware maintenance and toll charges, then improved mobility changing of offices, phone numbers. Okay, that means suppose so many companies, they have a lot of offices in our India also, Pune, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore as like. Okay, so they will connect it through the IP networks. So they don't have suppose internal calls from Bangalore to Mumbai also. So they don't want to the PSTN charges. Okay, they can easily the free call within the own networks as like. So they can do the conferencing also, number of people they can join with the conferencing. They can also they do the free. Okay, in the VoIP, they compared to TDM phones, VoIP phones offer more flexibility and more features. We can in the TDM phone, that means a landline in our home, they don't have the features as like, suppose I want to forward the number, they can't do. But in the VoIP phones we can do easily forward phones. We can do some suppose I want to call on the mobile, suppose I'm not available in my office, so someone is calling on my mobile number, sorry, my desk phone. So at that time, so I can forward my call also my mobile phone number. Okay, so that type of features we can configure in the PBX. So that's why it's more flexibility and more features. But these features we cannot do in the TDM as like our landline, home landline phone. And this equates to corporate productivity enhancement. So that's why, so everyone using the VoIP, so it is more flexible and more features. So automatically the corporate productivity is automatically increasing. Okay. So how does VoIP work? Okay, this is the your old PSTN network. That means some MDF as like mainframe device is there, or they are connected to the AT analog telephone adapter is there, terminal adapter, and they are connected to our phone, landline phone. And the call is going to this router is a PSTN network as like, and the call is going to the internet. Suppose I have the analog phone also, I can register on my PBX, okay, by the help of this ATA analog terminal, that means analog terminal adapter. At the this phone also register on my PBX also. That PBX we can say as like hybrid PBX. In the market right now, SIP phones are available right now. Okay, so this is a for analog phones or fax machine. They want the analog line. Okay, so we need to the ATA as like analog terminal adapter for the analog phone only. So we can analog phone also we can call they are converting to the internet as like router or internet service and this VoIP service provider. That means Idea, Airtel as like. The call is going out this way also for the analog phone. This is for IP phone. This phone is my registered on the PBX. Okay, by the help of switch. You know about the switch. The switch connectivity in between them, phone and router, and the switch is connected to the router, and router is connected to the internet. Okay, and from the internet my call is going outside. So anyone so you got it, this what I want to say, guys? Hello, you got it, this point? So how our call is going out? So this is very important.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay, this is analog to digital conversion. That means suppose when you are speaking from mobile also, they have one microphone are there. So microphone what is work? So it is a converting analog to digital. So microphone. Okay, so there is 8-bit sample, 8 kilowatt per second, analog to digital converter, and after that, so 64 kbps as like G711 codec set. Okay, for per call we need to 64 kbps. This is 8-bit. This is 8-bit sample as like 8 kilohertz, and 8-bit. That means one bit is go 8-bit. This is 8 kilohertz, and this is 8-bit into 8. That means the 64 kbps. Okay, this type of a transmission we can do. That means when you are that means our voice is converting by the microphone. So microphone is a sampling as like this is a sampling. Is a converting the in digital. I think you learn this technology. I think how to convert the analog to digital. What codec, what coder we need to use that one. So there is so many different codec we can use. Okay. Okay, this is VoIP voice protocols. This is UDP and RTP. UDP is a user datagram protocol. UDP, I think you know about the TCP also protocol, transmission transfer control protocol. This RTP is a real data protocol. When UDP, that means the WhatsApp calling, they using the UDP protocol. WhatsApp calling. That means suppose your internet is lost. So at that time, so your voice is breaking. If you observe, I think. Suppose your internet is slow. At that time, you cannot hear the voice as like. So your voice is chopping. In this case, that means in the user datagram protocol, this is don't have the acknowledgement. Okay, so this is a speedest we can say the protocol as like we can use this in the VoIP technology. And the real-time protocol, that means we can share your voice, video and data in the RTP real-time protocol. When you are connected, so at that time you are sharing the voice data as like in the VoIP packet. This is IP, UDP and RTP data. This is one VoIP packet. Okay, how VoIP works? This continuously sample audio, convert each sample to digital form, send digitized stream across internet in packets, convert the stream back to analog for playback. Okay, when you are calling, at that time you beep as like, suppose you are doing the international call or outside long distance call, so it is a beep as like. Okay, so that means the stream is analog for playback as like. So once your audio to is digital, that means our voice is converting the digital format, and it is a digitized stream across to the internet in a packets. Okay, this is a challenge. Voice transmission delay, call setup, call establishment, call termination, backward compatibility with existing public switch telephone network. Okay, these challenges we can reduce in the IP telephony networks. In the ITU, this is the International Telecommunication Union. This is controls telephony standards. So we cannot do anything without the permission of the ITU. Okay, everyone is developed by this these companies, or this is the governments of companies, as the International Telecommunication Union, this is IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force. This is control TCP or IP standards, IETF. Okay, they developed the own protocols, as like the TCP and IP protocol, they developed by the Internet Engineering Task Force. Okay, this is encoding, transmission, and playback. The both groups agree on the basics of encoding and transmission of audio. Audio is encoded using a well-known standard such as pulse code modulation. So this technology is analog to digital, digital to analog. This is a conversion part, pulse code modulation. As like, I think you learn this technology and modulation. Suppose I have a codec, that means microphone is converting analog to digital format. Okay, the outside people, they want to hearing your voice. So in this case, so outside they will converting the digital to analog. Okay. So audio is transferred using the real time transport protocol, RTP. So our voice is transferred to this protocol, real time transport protocol, RTP. The RTP message encapsulated in a UDP datagram, that is further encapsulated in an IP datagram for transmission. Okay, for transmission we can use UDP or TCP in the format of encapsulated. That means the packet form. The UDP is used for transport because lower overhead, audio must be played as it arrives. Playback cannot be stopped to wait for a retransmitted packet. Okay, that means here is when you are using the UDP protocol, at that time it cannot the retransmitted packet. That means you don't have the acknowledgement, sending the acknowledgement, but you are using the TCP, that means circuit switching. So at that time they are sending the acknowledgement. Okay, so that's why when you are using the WhatsApp call, so they are using the UDP protocol. Okay, suppose internet is slow, goes down or slow, so at that time you are not hearing properly. Okay, so that means they don't send the acknowledgement or playback as like retransmitted packet. The two independent RTP session exists because an IP phone call involves transfer into two directions. IP phone acts as a sender for outgoing data and IP phone acts as a receiver for incoming data. Right? IP phone we can incoming and outgoing by the help of IP, incoming and outgoing as like. That means we can do the independent to RTP session. Suppose you have already one call is going on, so you can take the another call also at the same time, but your first call is going on the hold. This is a digitalization. Why voice digitalization? Ensures better quality, provides higher capacity, supports longer transmission distance, then thinks as of discrete electrical impulses. Different voice digital and technique exist in this. So we will talk about pulse code modulation. Okay, right now digitalization, that means this is the modulation technology. Digitalization, this is a pulse code modulation. Okay, what is the pulse code model? Two principles of digital: sampling and quantization. I think you have done this in your syllabus. I think this is the pulse code modulation and sampling, quantization. This is analog to digital conversion. Sampling divides two horizontal axis time into discrete pieces. Quantization divide into vertical axis strength voltages into pieces. For example, 8-bit quantization divides the vertical axis into 256 level. 16-bit gives you 65 levels. Lower the quantization, lower the quality of the sound. Linear with non-linear quantization, more to come. That means this suppose you are doing for quantization, so we can use this linear with non-linear quantization. So this is a type of this quantization, linear with non-linear. So we can give you more idea about this. Voice sampling, this is a Nyquist criteria. I think you know about this Nyquist criteria. So we can use this. This is developed in born in Sweden, moved US in 1907, AT&T Bell Labs. So when the that means voice is technology, telephony technology is developed by the Graham Bell. Okay, so the Graham Bell, after that the AT&T, this is American Telephony and Telecommunication. This is AT&T company. So after that they developed the Nyquist criteria in the modern telecommunication. Okay, this is a I'm telling you, this is a very brief in details. What is the how to call is our that means how to analog to digital. This is very basic, and this is very important things. Okay, so that's why I want to know you guys you know about this, how to our call is going out the outside as like. Okay, this 4 kilohertz assumes conversation speech, not signing or CD quality audio. Sampling twice per cycles allows us to reconstruct the signal, which is what we want to do, to rebuild the voice signal at the receiving end. That means we need to codec as like analog to digital, and the other side digital to analog as like. So what is the sampling? Suppose this is my analog voice. Okay, let's consider the sine wave to be sampled. This is the voice signal. Okay, this voice signal, if you sample at one time per cycle, you can think it is a constant, right? And this is the sampling 1.5 times each cycle appears as a low frequency sine signal. So it is a quantization as like, is a Nyquist theorem for lossy digitization. The sampling rate should be at least twice the maximum frequency responses. That means it is a converting in the digitalization in the sampling. Okay, this is the quantization. So it's the converting in the digitalization. Digital, that means 1 and 0 is a binary. I think you have learned this binary form as like, how many bits do we need to accurately represent the range we are sampling. For the 0 to 4 kilohertz range, for 8 bits is enough. Okay, if 8 bits are allowed for the PCA sample, this gives a total of 256 possible values. So PCM is a pulse code modulation. ASIGN uses 256 possible values. This one 100, this type of. Okay, it's positive and 127 negative encoding levels. 107. Suppose 107. This is a decimal number 107. This is converting in the binary. So what is the binary code of the decimal number? That one is 101001101110. Okay, so we need to convert. So I think you know about this, for how to convert the decimal to binary hexadecimal as like. Okay, this is why, suppose I want to convert this from the 107 in the decimal to binary. So how to convert this? So 2 4, then 8 16 32 32 64 as like. So we need to combination of the 107. So 1001, so 10100. Okay, this is decimal to binary converting. This value translate into binary codes, which become the corresponding PCM values. That one is a pulse code modulation. Okay, this is a coder. That means codec is a coder and decoder. Okay, after being sampled and contains signal is codec for transmission. Codec is a program system that encodes and decodes digital data signal. Audio codec refers to the device encoding an analog audio signal to a digital audio signal, or decoding, that means analog decoding an analog audio signal from a digital audio signal. Okay, decoding, that means suppose I have codec. First I need to codec. Okay, first that means suppose my voice is converting in the digital form, analog to digital, and the other side they want digital to analog, as like, yeah, our voice is hearing that another person. So in this case we need to some codec. So in this case we need to sampling, quantization, this type of process we need to done. Okay, so voice transmission. So PCM yields to the net composite bandwidth for transmission is the 64 bits. That means the 64 kbps. That means for 1 bit 8000 samples per second into 8 bit sample. This is the standard transmission rate for one channel for telephone digital communication. That means for how much bandwidth we require for one call, it is a 64 kbps, right? For a voice call, this level is generally considered to be toll quality. Toll quality, that means a dial tone. Okay, dial tone, that means when you are pick up the phones, it's taking the dial tone. Okay, so I will show you that one. Or the quality of voice that one would anticipate receiving from a commercial telephone carrier. Carrier, these are service provider, T1, E1 carrier, T1, E1. I don't know about you, you know about T1 or E1. This is a voice TDM circuit based transport. This is a TDM circuit based transport. That means T1, E1. So anyone idea about this T1, E1? Hello guys, are you there? Or are you feeling bored?
No, sir.
This is interesting. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Really, it is a very helpful and it is interesting concepts.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose right now, go ahead, go ahead. Okay. TDM circuit based transport. That means this T1 and E service provider, two service provider for Idea, Airtel. Okay, for the Tata Tele services, for Tata also, they have the service. They are the service provider. Okay, they have T1 and E1. They are a PRI trunk. Okay, E1 is a 32 channel and T1 is a 24 channel. Okay, the E1 we can use the globe and T1 we can use only Japan and some US countries. Okay, these two trunks are there, T1 and E1. Suppose I have one PBX and I have suppose 100 people, so they are registered on my PBX, and I have trunk, that means PSTN. Okay, PSTN trunk is a E1 or T1. The Japan or the outside people, they are using the T1 and E1 the rest of the globe. Okay, mostly using the E1 trunk. That E1 trunk or T1 trunk is a rental basis. Companies, they are give the rental basis charges on the T1 or E1. That means they have 24 channel for the T1 and E1 for the 32 channels. Okay, at that time we can more than 32 calls on the E1 trunk at the same time. 30 calls 30 calls we can do at the same time in the E1 trunk, and T1 22 calls at the same time we can do. Okay, this is the main difference between them, E1 and T1. And DS3 and E3 is a DS1, digital signaling. This is SONET. This is a transport method. Okay, and this is a voice packet based transport. This is ATM. ATM is asynchronous telephony transport mode. This is frame relay and IP. Right now we are using the main topic is our IP. This is the transport method. Okay, so right now we need to just focus on the IP. This is a VoIP solution. Okay, uses PC software to make calls over public and private internet. It is a free but no quality of service guarantees. Why there is a no service quality of service guarantees? It depends on your internet. So that's why. Please, Google Talk, Team, Yahoo Messenger, then Microsoft, Skype, WhatsApp also. This is a VoIP solution they are using right now. Okay, this is a PC, DSLR cable modem router, the internet. So right now, so previously we can use the, suppose I want to access the internet. So I am directly contact with BSNL and they provide the one modem, that one digital subscriber link. Sorry, line, this digital subscribe line. They will provide me the router as like this modem or router. So after that, I have connected my internet with the PC. Okay, so this type of way I am connecting to the internet. Suppose I'm a rural area, so BSNL is everywhere, so they will provide this type of facility with connecting the internet. PC, and this is another in the international Skype. So I can easily connect with them by the help of internet. Okay, how it's possible? This is possible through the IP to IP communication. Okay, this got it. This is a VoIP solution enterprise toll bypass. Okay, connecting enterprise PBX with VoIP links to avoid paying for long distance charges. Suppose I have my own private network, and that means suppose one PBX in my India location and one PBX is my New York location. Okay, so I don't want to use the PSTN also. In this case, I'm using my own internet network. Okay, so vendors is Nortel. This is a PBX companies, Nortel, NEC, Avaya, Toshiba, Ericsson, Cisco. These are product based company. I don't know previously you are hear about this company, Nortel, NEC, Avaya, Toshiba, Ericsson, Cisco. I think you are heard about Cisco, but I don't know about you heard about the Ericsson, Toshiba, Avaya, NEC, Nortel, I think. So how many people they know about these companies? The rest of Ericsson, Toshiba, Avaya, NEC, Nortel. These are the product-based companies, and they are produce or they are developed the PBX. Okay, the PBX they are, and there we can register 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 10,000, 40,000. It depends on the capacity of that PBX. Okay. So this is voice solution service provider local access. So how we can access? So example service provider, that means service provider for the outside they are Verizon, Broadwax, then Comcast, AT&T, then One Edge. This is a outside. That means in internationally. That means for the globe countries they can use this service provider. Okay, in India we are using the Tata, Airtel, Idea. We can these are also service provider. In our area we can use these services. This is a broader, this is a router, this is a broadband or service provider, and this is a voice gateway. This is a voice gateway, and this call agent. That means call agent we can say as like PBX also. And our call is going outside the ordinary telephony. This ISP is an internet service provider. Okay, this is our call. How to they will connect it to the. Suppose I have the idea service provider. They are connected to the voice gateway. Gateway, that means router. Okay, they are connected to our router. Our phone is registered on our PBX. The call and phone is our registered on the PBX. The call is going out to this structure. First, when you dial the number, the PBX they have the data entry of the numbering plan, and after that, the numbering plan there is a route pattern is there, and there in the route pattern there is a trunk is assigned there. So the assign the trunk, that means they selected the trunk, and the call is going outside to the PSTN network or internet network as like. The VoIP market. So what is the VoIP market? How is the VoIP market right now? So when starting from zero, there is a nowhere to go but up. Tele geography report. VoIP subscription in US will increase from 5.5 million at the start of 2006 to 23.7 million in 2010. Okay, that means the day by day this industry, IT telecom industry, the the day to day they are increasing. Okay, they are earning the money. In the 2006, the 5.5 million, and after that in the 2010 they are earning the 23.7 million. Okay, subscription as like. The revenues to jump from $2.6 billion to $8.1 billion dollar. Okay, so this industry is day by day increasing. So traditional LAC subscribers will drop by 22% or $18% lost revenue. That means traditional, that means our analog telephony, that means home this technology, that means so suppose rarely some people they are using the landline phone, rarely. So everyone using the mobile phones, so everyone using the soft phones, IP phones as like. So that's why the revenue is down. So due to the VoIP technology is going up. Okay, the Skype to add additional 12 million subscriber to its 21 million base in 2007. That means for free call, everyone using the Skype. So some companies they are using Skype also. The mid size or the small type of companies as like they are using the Skype and they are communicate through the Skype right now. Okay, the success of storage for VoIP services. This is a pre-word dial-up. Okay, peer-to-peer closed network or broadband. This is a 2 lakh users worldwide. This is a pre-word dial-up. That means the service provider. This is own service provider. These are 2 lakh service providers also. That means 2 lakh subscribers, not a service. This is a service provider, pre-word, then own edge, this shoreline. This is a US countries. This service provider. Okay, this 30,000 plus subscriber. This VoIP vendor devices, a sample of VoIP devices available today: 8.323 phones, SIP phones, then software phones, USB phones, wireless phones, PDAs, and routers and gateways. Okay, this type of the VoIP products, this related 8.323 phones, SIP phones, then software phones, USB phones, wireless phones. Okay, PDAs, that means personal device assistants, and then routers or gateways. Okay, these are the related to the our VoIP. The future of VoIP. The VoIP deployment face some challenges. Residents, small business VoIP providers requirement for integrated network, then consistent network infrastructure. The right now the VoIP is everywhere, so we can use the VoIP. So our mobile phone we can use the applications that depends on the IPs also. Okay, this is a SOHO, that means small office or home office VoIP providers. This service providers are like I have told you regarding Nicotel is the SIP network. So right now they are service provider and they are using the SIP network, session initiation protocol. This is everyone is migrated to the SIP. The mostly companies right now using the SIP technology. Okay, this is signaling. Okay, signaling systems and protocols. Main complexity of VoIP call setup and call management. So signaling why use for call setup and call management. So we can use the signaling as like the process of establishing and terminating a call is called as signaling. When your call is establishing, terminating is called as a signaling. In traditional telephone system, signaling protocol SS7. When using the landline phone, at that time the signaling protocol was the SS7. That one is signaling system. Okay, and the right now we are using the VoIP, so we can use the session initiation protocol SIP. This is developed by ITF, International Engineering Task Force, and 8.323. This is developed by this protocol is developed by the ITO, that means International Telecommunication Union, and this is a MGCP protocol, Megaco and MGCP jointly. This is a ITF and IUT. This is both. Okay, this is the signaling protocol SIP 8.323 SS7. The mostly SS7 is for the analog telephone. So at that time we need to use the SS7, and right now we are in internet we are using. So right now we are using the SIP and H.323. The VoIP signaling protocol should be able to interact with SS7. So some companies they want the analog phone also, they want the SIP phones, they want IP phones. We can say as like a hybrid PBX. Okay, so signaling concepts. Signaling is the generation, transmission, and reception of information needed to direct and control the setup and disconnect of a call. Two groups of signaling method: user to network signaling, end user PSTN signal, dual tone, multi-frequency, ISDN, BRI, and PRI. Okay, so network to network signaling, intercommunication between PSTN switches, signaling on hook, off hook, digits collection, in band signaling, out band signaling. Okay, the signaling, that means when you are using one, when you are pick up the phone, that means okay, that's on hook or off hook. As like when you are pick up the phone, it's off hook, and when you are put on the phone on that as like your headset on that phone is on hook. Okay, and digit collection, that means you are, when number is dialing, at that time there is in PBX there is some numbering plan is there, dial patterns we can say. So at that time when you are using the dial pattern, suppose you are dialing the internal number, so there is some dialing rules are there, or you are dialing some outside number for the 10 digit, so there is a root pattern or dial number we can add there. So automatically they will take the trunk as like PRI or BRI. Okay, PRI or BRI, and the call is going outside by the help of the trunk. PSTN signaling, that we know SS1, that signaling system on the old legacy system PSTN, and right now we are using 8.323 and SIP. Okay, voice over IP protocols. This is presented G729. I have told you G729 is a 8 kbps. G729. This is codec. G711 is a 64 kbps. That means suppose for internal call, I'm using only G711. For outside long distance call or international, I am using the G729. This is codec. This is session 8.323 MGCP and SIP. This transport, that means transmission of this voice, RTP, UDP, and RSVP. This is real-time protocol, user data protocol. Okay, and this is the network, IP network. We can transmission through that. This is a data link, and this is a physical. That means our phones in the physical. This is numbering and addressing. Okay, traditional telephone networks use combination of E.164 addressing and national numbering plan. So E1.164. This is a that means we can say as like a numbering plan. That means your country code. That means your STD code, and your that means is landline number. It is the format as like E.164. Okay. And national numbering plans. E.64 is an ITU standard and consists of country code, national destination code, and subscriber number. Okay, this is including in the E.164 format. Should be dialable from in a telephone on public network 1800. This is a toll free number as like 1800, and numbers like 911. We can use the emergency number. We can use this in the internet US 911 and 411. We can use this for the emergency help, and like we can use the 100 as like police, 911. We can use this for ambulance as like. Okay, so this same the 911 and 4111, this number they are using in the US for the emergency. This is not in the E.161 numbers. Okay, this is background national. Okay, so I'm skipping this. Okay, I'm telling you this a little bit. Background, that's mean national telecom regulators are now mandating various levels of number portability. Local number portability (LNP) is required in major metropolitan areas. US will be required nationwide over time. Service for portability number for a life, etc. These are being worked on. E.1 numbers can have maximum 15 digits and are usually written with a plus prepaid. That means suppose 1800 number or 911. This is not a E.164 number. This is not in format that one. We can just dial only 3 numbers. So the call is reach out to the agent. Okay. Suppose I want to call in the landline number. So I need to the country code, state code, and the subscriber number. So I need to dial that one in the E.164. And this is the background of IP uses more layer approach to addressing and naming. This is a MAC address. That means every phone they have a MAC address. Okay, and assigned to the IP, the port service. That means port service 5060 and 5061. We can use the VOIP port 5060 and VOIP 5061. This is TCP and UDP. This is a transport protocol. That means port. So we can connect to the internet world or outside world by the help of port. The names also. Okay, numbering and IP telephony. Problem the telephony IP network. Okay, what is numbering and IP plan? Okay, this is a numbering and IP telephony. I have told you regarding the this is a 999, lots of digits, 999128. So it is the format of the E1.164 format. Okay, as like country code, state code, the subscriber landline number, as like actually this is one is big database, that means big number. Okay, is near about the 15 digits of number as like. So it is a format of the E.164 standards. Interoperator channel proprietary. I think I have already told needs of standard bodies. Need of standard bodies, that means standard bodies, for the ITO, IETF, they are telecommunication sites. Okay, that means they are developed the standard. So we need to follow the standard by the help of ITO and IETF as like. So the standard was a standard body provide the following benefit: helps of the ensure interoperability between vendors, provides a forum improvement and technologies research, help the best overall solution for market application, and then acts as a standards body, not as a regular agency as like. Okay, different approaches, IP networking. Standards, who are they? Standards, who are they? This is European ETSI, European Telecom Standards Institute. Okay, then ITU, International Telecommunication Unit. Okay, this type of the stand, they are developed the standards are like these the government companies are like the government's rules. Standards, who are they? ITF, they are IP telephony. Okay, okay, they have developed this standard as like ITF, they develop ITU, this develop the signaling, everything is developed by this standards as like these companies. This standard groups the relationships as like VOIP defined. Okay, so guys, you have any questions regarding this? So how it is the session? So I'm some giving you some practical. Okay. So you will give the more idea regarding this. This is my PBX. Okay, guys. I have configured some phones. This is VoIP phones. Okay. So this is the SSCP is a skinny call control protocol, and this is a proprietary of a Cisco. Okay. So I have configured this phone. This is a Cisco IP communicator. And I have given this phone to this number 1002. Okay. This is my soft phone. This is a Cisco IP communicator, and my phone is registering on my PBX. Are you able to hear the dial tone? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is my soft phone IP communicator, and another IP phones I have Cisco Jabber. Okay. Okay. Right now, These two phones are registered on my PBX. One phone is SIP protocol and one phone is SSIP protocol. Okay, this is registered with 192.168.1.51. 51 is my PBX IP address. Okay guys, suppose I am calling, this is my 1004 number and this is my 1002. Okay, suppose I'm dialing from 1004 to 1002. Okay, it's ringing. Okay guys, so I pick up this phone. Hello. Yes, it's connected. It's talking to the phone, two phones. So it's IP to IP calling. Any questions, guys? Hello. Hello.
Dear students,
Yes,
so
sir.
if you have a
Am I
doubts,
audible?
inquiry, ask to Vivek sir.
So can you speak loudly? So actually, I am not able to hear your voice properly. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, sir, I have one question. Can I ask you?
Yes, yes.
Sir, is it possible to replace current traditional corporate PBX with the white one, sir?
Yeah. We can do.
How it, sir?
So you need to first of all, which PBX you have. That means which PBX you need to. That means suppose in the market there are so many PBX companies are there. For example, Cisco, Avaya, Ericsson. Okay, so they have the hybrid PBX also. So right now, they will give you the some quotations as like. So first of all, what is your requirement? How many users you have? Okay, so how many users you
Okay.
have, and what is your application? What is your use? So you need to work on that, and you need to select the one PBX as like, so it's possible.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it depends on your application. So any question?
Sir, another one question. How do we get the why spammer data set in VoIP, sir?
How can you explain again?
How do we get the why spammer data set in VoIP, sir?
Voice Premier
Why
data
spammer?
center and
Why spammer, sir?
voice primer
Why spammer data set, sir?
data center.
No, sir. Why spammer data set, sir?
I'm
I mean,
not
sir,
getting
why?
your question, buddy. So I'm not getting your question actually. So
Sir, I will
that means
repeat.
you are asking how to set up the voice data center as like.
Yes, yes.
Okay, voice data center. That means suppose you need to. I have told you so many. That means so many vendors available in the market right now. Suppose you are going with the right now everyone you are using with the VMware as like. So you can say this is the data center as low. Also, suppose you have one host as like one hardware device. So you can install on that VMware. This is the ISO image of this that PBX. I have installed this. So you can install this PBX, and what is your application? That means how many users you can register on that PBX as likes. Okay, so you need to the what is the requirement also? You need to hard phone. You are using the soft phone also, and you are want to the sharing screen. You are for the meeting purpose. So you need to search on that as like, and when we can use you can buy the hard phones as like, you can buy the soft phone. So it's required the license. Okay, it depends on your users quantity, and depends on your as like people as or applications as like. So you can do as data center. That means if you have a server, so you can build on the ISO image on that VMware. So right now everyone is using the VMware. Why VMware? It's a too much low cost. We can use the data products also. Another application we can learn, we can do, or we can configure on that the same hardware as like. So you can hardware devices also available in the market. Suppose you can go the Ericsson, that one is one PBX. So that one is a hybrid telephony. That means we can register SIP phone, H.323, that means IP phone, analog phone, and digital phone. We can register on that PBX also. That means a hardware device. And that hardware device is connected to the LAN switch. Okay. And the LAN switch, that means we can connect the hard phones, number of hard phones. We can connect with the switch, switch. Okay. And we need to connect that once they connect with the hard phone, so we need to the register as like extension creations, as like we need to give the TFTP server as like firmware files as like, okay, we need to do that one. We need to work on that firmware files as like, so they will provide by the vendor everything. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you.
you got it, the information as you require.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next question. Hello, Praveen sir.
Yes, sir.
So you have any questions, your guys, you can ask with them.
Dear students, if you have any questions, then ask to UX, sir.
Okay, dear students, if you have doubts, inquiries, please ask to Vexo. Otherwise, we will move for the last part of this webinar. Please.
Yes, ma'am. I have a
Yes,
doubt,
Param.
ma'am.
Param. Please ask to Vexo, Param. Please.
Ma'am, any disadvantage or cons of VoIP technology?
That means suppose I'm using this is no disadvantages. This is only advantages. You know, at disadvantages, that means suppose my trunk is down or I'm not able to dial the call. In this case, at that time, my productivity is down. Okay, so I'm not able to dial. I'm not able to do the meetings as like in this case. Suppose this is a more disadvantages. Okay.
Sir,
Huh.
sometimes we have a low internet connection. That also cons, sir.
Low internet connection depends on your it depends on your network. Okay,
But, it needs
so
some
that
kbps or
disadvantage
mbps.
we cannot say as like a disadvantages. Disadvantages, that means we can say as like, suppose my server is down. Okay, at that time my phone is also down. My phone is not registered on that PBX. Got it? That is the
Yes, sir.
main disadvantage. The suppose your internet is down, so internet is slow. At that time, you can communicate with the other person, but you are getting the chopping or breaking voice as like. Okay, suppose
Yes, sir.
my PBX is down or my VMware is down. At that time, my phone is totally down. I'm not able to dial, or I'm not. I can't do anything in this case. Okay, this is the disadvantage. Suppose my VMware is down, so my everything is down. Yeah, so
Yes,
everyone
sir.
companies, so there is the high availability as like, suppose one server is down, the call is registered on the another server, the phone is registered on the another server, is a backup as like. Okay, they have active and standby mode.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. So any questions?
Sir, is there any relation of programming with VoIP, sir?
Yeah, this is a lot of programming is there. Okay, but I can't do. Okay, I will show you something. Okay. I have configured this Cisco IP communicator. Okay. This is a device name as like a MAC address. I need to put the MAC address. I will show you where is the MAC address. Preferences. Okay. This is the MAC address YTA. Okay. I have put this MAC address. I have put this name. This is device pool. Okay. Device pool. That means my phone is registered on this under this device pool. Okay. So I have selected this phone template buttons as like, I have selected this, the calling search phase. So I have selected this one, and I have selected user ID also, and I have selected this device security profile. Okay, Cisco IPCOM standard SSCP non-secure profile, and after that I need to save. Okay, once you save, so we need to give the as like directory number. So I have given the directory number 1002 on this phone. Okay, and root partition, that means which root partition you need to use. So I have selected the PSTN long distance PT as like, and suppose you want to show on this number, okay, 1002 as like on this phone, so you need to put here display name as like, and after that you need to give the yeah, and after that you need to uh once you give the you need to the device, then phone. Okay, this YT CIPC YTP, this phone is registered with my PBX. Okay, there is a lot of programming, you need to give more time. Okay, this is
Okay,
not
sir.
you cannot learn this technology just as a brief idea I am giving to you. Just you need to more research, and you need to more experience, hands-on experience we need on this to learn this technology. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There is a lot of features in this, so many features in that in PBX. Okay, any question, another question?
Sir, may you tell us what is actual cost of VoIP, sir?
So right now I don't have any cost.
Okay, sir.
So the cost is in lakh crore. When you are going with the vendor, so they will give you the quotation as like, so what is your requirement? Okay, so they will suggest you for which type of business you have, small type business, your enterprise level, what is you have contact center also. So they will ask you, and we need to, it depends on your requirement, depends on requirement, it's depends on your budget as like. Okay, we cannot
Okay,
say as like uh, budget as like how much cost as like, it's regarding more than lakh. Okay,
okay,
minimum.
sir.
Hmm. Okay, another question.
Dear students, if you have no doubts, just we will move on the last part of this webinar. No doubts? Okay, sir. Thank you. Now we have reached for the last part of this webinar session, that is
Okay,
vote of thanks.
yes.
Okay, it's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks speech. Respected and our most distinguished resource person of the day, Mr. Shubham sir, and respected principal sir, Professor Ganesh sir, and all our faculty members as well as participants. I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all who have helped us making this webinar such a resounding success. First of all, I would like to extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our today's resource person, Mr. Shubham sir, on behalf of our college, on behalf of our all faculty members, on behalf of all the participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your interesting and thought-provoking address, and thank you for spending your valuable time with us, sir. Thank you, Vivek, sir.
Thank you guys, thank you all.
Then a special thanks mentioned to our respected principal sir, Professor Ganesh sir, for being the catalyst that stimulates us to do our best. On behalf of our college, all the staff members, and on behalf of all the participants, thank you, Ganesh sir, to give such a wonderful opportunity to conduct this webinar. And I am very happy to express a vote of thanks to our staff members for their enormous cooperation within the organization. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place on record our hearty vote of thanks to all the participants, all my dear students who have turned in such a great numbers. All of you made this webinar successfully. Once again, thank you so much, all of you. Last but not least, a big thanks for each one of you who made this webinar memorable and successful. Thank you, one and all. Thank you so much. Praveen, so shall we wind up this one?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Yes, okay. Once again, thank you so much for
Thank you.
attending this
Thank you.
webinar. Once again, thank you, Vivek sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, sir.
Bye.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, sir.